Greetings, everybody. I'm James Gilliland, your host for ECETISTARGATE and the BBS Radio Network on As You Wish Talk Radio, the biggie. But these messages are getting out to millions now. People are figuring it out. So, all right, let's get the news out of the way. It looks like California, Oregon, and Washington are on fire. There's like 99 fires are burning out of control. We're now at a level 5, and August has just begun. I mean, usually this is later in August that this happens. But let's go ahead and show the photo of the fires.
Washington state is facing one of its worst wildfire disasters in recent memory. The fires began on Saturday, August 1st, 2026, and within less than 48 hours, they spread rapidly because...
Lord Jesus, be with these poor people.
And dude, this all started from the house like.
My name is Adrian Frost, and for 20 years I lived at 4407 West Excel Avenue. On Saturday, August 1st, that all changed. At 1:30 p.m., I was playing volleyball at Dwight Merkle in the annual Spike and Day competition, and by 7 p.m., my house, my neighborhood, everything was destroyed.
This is my home. August 2nd, 2026. We lost our our house yesterday in the Euclid fire near Riverside State Park. Our neighbors lost their dog.
How long have you had him?
8 months. I pulled him out of a burn on the next property over. He was the only one that made it out of that barn.
There's a new conspiracy about the Spokane fires. So this video was actually posted by the hacktivist collective Anonymous. And this is what they said, and I'm interested to see what you guys think.
Look at the fires in Washington state and then ask yourself, how would the system completely override the people, strip away private land tenure, and then build a digital cage, without starting an open war with the citizens? You wouldn't force it on them all at once, but you would let a disaster clear the board for you instead. Now with that in mind, look back again at what just went down at the Old Trails fire, as thousands of acres are scorched, over 60,000 civilians are displaced, and hundreds of homes are leveled. And then right on cue, the authorities hand us a wrapped-up narrative. An arson suspect, named Aaron Farinacci, a man with a heavy criminal past, is arrested on the spot with a lighter and matches. So it's just case closed, right? A lone bad actor, a convenient fall guy, but whether the suspect was a groomed pawn or an unwitting spark, just ask yourself who actually benefits from the ashes.
I feel like I don't want to believe any of that. And I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to say. Like, what grid are they trying to make room for?
Yeah.
Data center?
All right, evidence is surfacing, making it undeniable DEW weapons are being used again in Spokane, Washington, just as in the Paradise and Lahaina fires. Cars are melted in the driveways in the middle of graveled areas with no surrounding fire. You know, the fires started in 3 separate locations at the worst possible time, showing, it's a strong possibility there's weather manipulation in there that is also factoring in. So we're seeing a major geoengineering, basically chemtrail activity through the smoke spreading heavy metal accelerants on the fires. I mean, adding insult to injury. This is insane, folks. This is pure insanity. RFK Jr. has asked Trump to sign an executive order to stop the geoengineering toxic dumps filled with heavy metals, nanotech, biologicals, and all harmful to the health and the environment, with absolutely no environmental studies. How these guys were environmentalists, where are you? Come on, Greta. Let's go after these chemtrails. They aren't, because they work for the very same people creating them. But anyway, the Air Force has turned a blind eye and is totally complicit in this. So we've always said you'll have your country back when the chemtrails end, and it looks like they're moving in that direction anyway. So smart meters are also most likely involved, with fires starting inside some homes, not externally. So in-depth investigations need to be done concerning these fires. There were major lawsuits that were won, concerning these smart meters and how they ended up burning down houses. So there's a whole science behind this. Check it out. They often catch people starting these fires, yet they seem to be cut loose and nothing else is heard. You hear them grabbing these people, and then all of a sudden you don't hear anything else. There's always more to the story, especially in California. They caught these guys starting fires in lands that these major developers had their eye on. So, fires don't make straight lines or start from outside in, surrounding towns and cities. As in Lahaina, these fires, we saw all these dew weapons coming down. There's photographs of it and video of it. These lasers coming down, hitting all around Lahaina, and it trapped all the people in there. And then the police and the followed suit and just locked people in. People couldn't even get out, couldn't get in or out. It was like insane. But that was an orchestrated event, and they already had the drawings and it was all ready to go for a smart city way ahead of time. So anyway, they had the models and the drawings like years in advance of what they want to do there. They just had to clear out the locals. So anyway, areas where smart cities, AI data centers, or railways are scheduled, are all seem to be right in these fire areas, and there's like straight line fires going, near these areas. It's crazy. So allegedly, there are negotiations with a major AI center with public officials asking for clearing out any remaining homes in Spokane with eminent domain. And so let's just say a prayer for justice and maybe do some rain dances or something. It can't hurt. But, we really need to get after this and look into this, because this whole thing, the pattern's the same. You get corrupt politicians, you get big money come in, corrupt politicians, and next thing you know, the locals are being ushered out. They're being taken out of the story. So anyway, this is going to have to come to an end, basically. It's just not working. Right. So anyway, it seems the whole world is on fire. Project Athena uses invisible dew weapons. China and Russia also have their dew weapon technology. And there's hundreds of arsonists that have been caught globally setting these fires. So who's paying or inspiring them? We need to do a little grilling there on these guys. Who gains from all these fires? As always, follow the money. The globalists are blaming it all on global warming. I guess if you set enough fires and create enough smoke, it is a self-fulfilling prophecy. And the next subject is voter fraud. The evidence is in. Our votes are being sent to Germany and China, where they're tabulated, and evidence has proven altered. The voting machines can easily be hacked, and who owns the machines or comes up with the most money determines who runs the country. Who prints the absentee ballots is also another factor. Who's stuffing the ballot boxes. Too big to rig is the only reason Trump is president. It was just such a landslide, they just couldn't cover it up, or alter the outcome. But, this is not a one-party problem. It affects all America, and these Dems talking about democracy, they're still doing everything possible to stop the Save America Act. And they know without cheating, flooding the country with illegal aliens, with conflicting cultures, and make it easy for them to vote, and committing fraud at the ballot boxes, their party is over. Nobody's agreeing with their programs, their socialist agenda. And so that's the only way they can stay alive, basically. That's why they're fighting this so hard. Anyway, Spain's now been overrun by illegal aliens in a mass invasion with no resistance. So Spain is going to suffer the same fate as so many other European countries, becoming another third world country. A few countries learned their lessons. Denmark, Germany, a few others have rid themselves of the globalist puppet leaders and are expelling those who refuse to adapt to their cultures and traditions. The overburdening of their social services by those who are not contributing is being checked. They're banning burqas and the broadcasted calls to prayer, and they're refusing the barbaric dehumanization of women, resulting in, the abuse to women and rapes, which is rampant right now. The goal has always been to force acceptance of Islam demanded by Sharia law. And they're using this belief to destroy the other cultures, the global elite are. And so some countries are now doing mass deportations, tearing down the unsanctioned communities and mosques, trying to regain their cultures. In Dearborn, Michigan, 45,000 Muslims gathered for the Arbaeen March honoring Muhammad's grandson, Imam Hussein. The march symbolizes a stand for freedom, justice, and compassion, supposedly. And it seems confusing when measuring it up against Sharia law and the treatment of women and infidels, which are anyone who's not a Muslim. Read what is expected to do to non-Muslims according to the Quran. It's not good for us, folks. Anyway, some Muslims do honor Jesus and his teachings. There are peaceful people out there that aren't buying into all this radicalism. And so let's hope they transcend the contradictions in the old barbaric ways, seeking peace, true freedom, real justice aligned with universal law, along with compassion for all, and not pray victim to the radical clerics. Because, a lot of very young military-age men are flooding the borders right now. There's if you see that last raid on Spain, I mean, there's hardly any women at all. They're all young, young men at military age or a little bit older for some. But anyway, it's a new subject again. Robert Kennedy Jr. is on fire. He's calling for Fauci and company, their weaponized biolabs with their gain of function research. A lot of other senators are just hammering hard on this. COVID-19 has been proven to be a manufactured bioweapon. The vaccine, even worse. Lyme's disease, the number one killer of children, diseases spread by weaponized ticks and mosquitoes. They all originate in these biolabs thanks to Gates, and others, basically. Millions of ticks and mosquitoes are now being released around the world under the guise of combating disease. Yet, who's regulating and checking this? Allegedly, most in the know say they're actually spreading the diseases. Like the polio vaccinations in India, where thanks to Bill Gates, only 12 to 24 cases of polio spread like wildfire after the vaccinations. I believe India and other countries are hunting Gates, for not just the polio, but for the death caused by the mRNA, the genocide as well. But anyway, a lot of people say some of these people have already been taken and it's all theater and done with masks. We'll see. Anyway, Heil Fauci and his F-tard army are doing all they can to avoid the soon-to-come Nuremberg 2.0 military trials. 500 doctors signed a document supporting Fauci despite the adverse effects and death of millions. Just add that doctor list to who betrayed their oath to the Nuremberg trials. Might as well. We continuously get posts from the morally integrity and mentally challenged people, probably bots as well, claiming Fauci is their hero. So you might as well just put a swastika, some knee-high jackboots, and a dark little mustache on him because, he's one of these little genocidal tyrants, megalomania people, that did their thing and is now coming home to roost, basically. These unfortunate misinformed and misguided people are either covering their own asses or hell-bent on participating in their own demise, taking as many people with them as they can. So, rather admit they made a mistake and go, man, I messed up. I believe the officialdom and apologize and say, okay, let's do all we can to mitigate these adverse effects, get this stuff out of people's system, which is really what a real doctor would be doing. Instead, they're doubling down, and they've got mansion and boat and Mercedes payments to make. They don't want to change anything. Anyway, maybe this is a mass Darwin Award experience where they remove themselves from the gene pool. The only positive outcome is the collective consciousness would definitely rise in that case. Survival of the fittest and the well-informed. So try to always look for the positive. If you're not figured out by now, there is a war between the white hats and the higher dimensional beings, all the way to the source to save humanity. While the dark hearts are doing all they can to remove you and your family, removing over 90% of humanity is written in the draconian global elite eugenicist handbook. Keep them sick, scared, poor, and stupid is their modus operandi. They divide, create dissent between the religions, races, and genders. And maybe that's why the whole world is on fire. Our air, water, and food is poisoned. There's division everywhere, yet people still lining up to get their bioweapon clot shot, attacking anyone trying to inform and save them and their families. This is just ridiculous. They forced the masks, the injections, the distancing, shut down schools, churches, businesses, fired, anybody that objected. And they were not operating from the law. These were just rules and regulations. They had no right to do any of that. Anyway, all of this was just based on lies and deceptions with no real science to back up their draconian rules. So anyway, I absolutely have no respect or time for anyone that wants to justify and continue in the madness. So, if you post crap on our website, you're gone, you're blocked, you're out. Or anywhere on any of our social media outlets. The Democratic Socialist Party was recently exposed for having the same platform of Hitler while accusing conservatives of being Nazis. And by the way, Hitler and the Nazi Party were socialists. Look it up. Know your history. Every genocidal dictator used socialism or communism as a platform to get the people to participate in their own enslavement and demise. They took away their guns, made empty promises, and a few elite became the recipients of the power and the wealth, eliminating anyone who questioned or challenged them. And that's exactly where these Democrats want to take us, and some rhinos, basically. The same elite folks back in the Democratic Party with almost exactly the same platform of Hitler have the same beliefs. Name one socialist or communist country that has not ended in a loss of freedom and genocide. Take a look at the fall of England, most of Europe with their introduction of socialistic, ideals, basically, open borders, soft on crime. They're getting a real hard lesson in the clash of cultures. Socialism and communism are the governments of the global elite eugenicists. It's what they prefer. So now you know who's backing these Democrats and some rhinos, basically. So why are so many leaders dropping like flies and being removed? Is their karma being accelerated by another force? They are in total opposition to universal law, now pressing hard into the collective consciousness of humanity. Could it just be they're not frequency specific to the ascension process? Okay, enough of that rant, and time for another new topic. We're going to talk about ancient wisdom and the true nature of God. And this is going to get kind of interesting, but if you get lost, just be kind and loving. That's all you need to know. So, okay, here's the real game changer. The Gnostic teachings and the Ethiopian Bible, with over 80 books compared to the censored 66 books in standard Bibles, is revealing the truth about God and creation. The true unaltered teachings of Yeshua ben Joseph, known as Jesus. They refer to God in its most unlimited state as the monad, the most high, holy of holies. It's the 0 point, the wellspring from which all life comes forth. all matter, everything, it's nameless. It's the nameless, the Tao that cannot be named. So we have all these names of lesser gods and little g gods we attach to it, but it's beyond that. And the divine spark of the monad comes from the pleroma, the emanation of the monad. The pneuma is the divine breath of Sophia Pistis, the divine feminine breathed into the souls that originate from the monad. The ascended masters, the other enlightened beings, align themselves with the monad to one degree or another, depending on the dimension they ascend to. As they ascend levels or dimensions, they lose their identity and identify more with God, the monad. You know, Jesus' prayer was, "Beloved Father, let them become one as we are one." So they merge with the one consciousness that encompasses all consciousness on all planes and dimensions throughout the multiverse, which all emanates from the monad, basically. The Demiurge, a false god or shadow god referred to as Yaldabaoth, created the shadow souls lacking the divine spark. He used his own breath rather than the breath of Sophia, the divine feminine, which explains a lot, considering the lack of love and compassion on this planet right now. Now, these creations lack compassion and love. The God spark was replaced by the false god, and many in error pray to the Demiurge and the little g sacrificial gods. And that's what we're getting with a lot of the radical clerics and the Zionists and everything else. They have these little g sacrificial gods they're praying to, who they believe is going to give them total rule over all humanity and earth. And the Goyim and the infidels are just cattle to them. And we need to understand how this works, if we're going to get through this. So anyway, this next understanding really explains a lot. There's three types of human vessels according to the Gnostic tradition. The pneumatics have the divine spark, have activated or can be easily activated. They have the breath of Sophia. Psychics have the divine spark, a soul, but need guidance. They can be deceived or diverted easily by the shadow god and the Arcons, and they can be derailed from their own unique soul purpose. The Helocs, the number 3, are the material-minded, self-serving. They lack love and compassion. They are created by the Demiurge under the control of the Archons. They do not have the breath of Sophia. Archons, reptilian hybrids, tall grays, djinn, other unseen negative entities can possess these vessels. Most gravitate towards positions of power over others, lacking any moral character or integrity. Those with an insatiable lust for power and wealth, those who seek power over others, those limited to sense gratification, the jealous and competitive fit into this category. These Archons and the shadow god, and this whole mess is working through these people, some in ignorance and some are fully aware. Anyway, there are those that boast to be of high morals and integrity, posing as pneumatics, rising on the backs of others, accusing others of what they themselves have done or are doing, that fit into this category. Sadly, the political, religious, spiritual, and the UFO, UAP community have been usurped by these energies, yet there's still always the opportunity for a course correction, a deep soul desire for forgiveness, restitution to those one has harmed or judged falsely helps. Bearing false witness. Anybody hear about that one? Anyway, a major truth injection is the cure for real disclosure, and most have too much invested in their story, usually delusional and spiritual egos so inflated they'll not make the changes necessary to rise with the ascension process. How many 70-plus-year-old stories are we going to hear over and over until we say, wait a second, well, what's happening now? Watch what they do, not what they say. Because there's a lot of people in these communities that are not walking their talk. Anyway, the fourth category are people ask about the NPCs, and I think they call them non-specific players or something like that. I can't remember what that stands for, and they're basically placeholders, and they're also created by the false god, and they lack the divine spark or any original thought, mostly material driven. And they pretty much just do as they're told, rewarded by position and material acquisition, and they're totally unaware of anything else. And I think when the shift hits the fan, these people are just going to become zombies. Because when they lose their false god, their shadow god, when that's removed and the Arcons and everything else is gone, I don't know what these people are going to do. You know, they don't have their own soul connection. So I was very naive in the beginning, thinking everyone had the God spark and wanted to ascend. You know, after quite a few hard lessons, projecting my own beliefs, morality, and integrity on others, only to be totally disappointed and the poorer for it. You know, I found the wisdom of a grand master most appropriate. He said, "Trust is earned. Not everyone is on the same walk as you, and direct your energies where they're appreciated." And so we have to realize that. We have to stop, projecting, our values and morals on others and realize there's a lot of people out there that just don't think or act the same way you would. And trust is earned, basically. Anyway, so the good news is Earth's going through a grand awakening, the ascension process, moving beyond the frequencies of the Demiurge, the false shadow god, and all its creations. And there's two spirals. The downward spiral consists of those in self-service and service to the Demiurge, the Archons, who serve what is often referred to as the beast. This includes the psychics that have misplaced their trust and have fallen under the influence and spell of the Demiurge and its minions. And they're often swayed through promises of fame and fortune, basically. So that world is collapsing. And every prophecy from Yeshua, the real name of Jesus, to the Hopi, Lakota, even the Anunnaki, speak of an event where everything is revealed, nothing is hidden, and all the masks come down. And they also speak of the worst offenders accusing everyone else of what they themselves have done or are doing to deflect from their own misdeeds. And we're in those times, folks. You can't, some call it end time madness. And if you just look around, you're going to see these people freaking out. You're going to see people totally possessed, and you're going to see overlays happening and the loss of the ability to cloak and just everything's being revealed right now. So, and there's just a lot of attacks on the people that are holding the light. So we're in those times, But anyway, those on the upward spiral are those who choose to live a spiritual life in harmony with humanity and the earth, in service to others and the Creator and all creation. They honor the sacred circle of life. Those who have transcended all religious culture, even the divisions between genders, the destruction of the family unit, the trappings of the Demiurge, those who align themselves with universal law, those are the ones that'll prevail. And the premises of universal law are universal peace, brother, sisterly love, individual freedom, and prosperity for all. And I want you to really ask yourself, in all these institutions, they have fall short of universal law, which is soon to be rectified. Anyway, enlightenment means to be in knowledge of both sides of the coin, to transcend all the divisionary tactics, pitfalls, and trappings of the shadow god and its minions, shifting into unity consciousness. I want to issue a warning to, those that do not acknowledge the dark side are either in total ignorance or in denial. Some are even servants of the dark side. So there's only two options there. You're either totally ignorant or you're working with them. So just a little heads up there. It's the dark side, all the levels of the dark side, the shadow god, the archons, the reptilians, the negative grays, the jinn, all that stuff is written throughout all history and all the sacred books. So to say that doesn't exist is an extreme display of ignorance and arrogance. But anyway, have fun with that one. The chaos in the world today is one world collapsing while a new world rises to take its place. It's in all the prophecies, and nature is a grand participant in this drama. Those disconnected from nature, those disconnected from the God spark, and those who have not activated the God spark within will not fare well in the days to come. And this includes those who worship the external little g, sacrificial gods of old. Those that perpetuate fear, guilt, unworthiness, division, disempower people from making their own personal God connection. So Yeshua ben Joseph warned us that there will be men in robes using his face to gather their gold and build their temples, acting as go-betweens. He said the temple is the heart. It is within. Heaven is all around you, closer than the hair on your head. He also always it's a heaven is a state of consciousness, seeing the God in everyone and everything, and realizing who the shadow side is, learning how to heal unseen negative influences. And he's always empowered the individual to make their own personal internal God connection, admonishing the disempowering external worship, especially, the little g sacrificial gods. He made it very clear, no more sacrifices. We're done with that. You're not going to sacrifice animals or your children. Stop it. He made that clear when he went to the temple and just drove out the money changers. So figure that one out, folks. It's pretty obvious. So in the days to come, we either evolve spiritually, live according to universal law, or we're going to be left behind. And, why do you think nature is having its explosive moments? She's expanding, cleaning up the mess, giving birth to a whole new world. And why do you think your skies are filled with spiritually and technologically advanced off-worlders and inner-earth beings? What officialism refers to as UFO UAPs. To us, they're IFOs, identified flying objects. For over 40 years, we've known who's on the ships, some of them by name. We know their cultures, their past histories on Earth, and their motives and intentions. If the UFO UAP community was not a limited hangout, a controlled narrative, they'd be at our front door. And they're not. Neither are any of the documentaries, or they've done everything they can to censor this. So, they avoid the overwhelming evidence like the plague. And the veils are getting thinner. The apparitions of master saints and sages are appearing, not just at ECETI. This is happening globally. And so is the awareness of the dark side of the, people are realizing there is a dark side and they're seeing it surfing all around them. It's on its way out. It's being revealed. It's being unmasked, and it's on its way out. So we really need to learn how to shield up and heal unseen negative influences, during these times. And, we're talking about reptilians, negative grays, the djinn, the shadow beings. They're all being exposed right now, including their human puppets. So many of your leaders, stars in the music and movie industry, are no longer human, and they're involved in these despicable sacrificial ceremonies. And this too is all being revealed. So humanity and the earth are ascending, going to the next level. We all have to rise to the occasion, adjust to the new frequencies, learn how to shield, heal, and clear unseen negative influences, forgive ourselves and others, align with the all-loving, all-forgiving, omnipotent, and omnipresent God, and activate that God spark within. You're not just a meat suit and a personality. You're a vast, eternal, multidimensional soul on a crash course to reclaim your divinity. Not everyone is going to make this shift. Loving detachment and focus on activating one's own God spark and unique soul purpose is mandatory. All the prophecies speak of these times and the great division, the two paths, timelines separating, the upward spiral ascending, the downward spiral collapsing, the amplification and acceleration of karma where everything is revealed. And we're in those times. It's going to be a blessing to some and very traumatic to others. I want to leave you with an indigenous prophecy shared by many. And there's kind of different ways of saying this, but the main one is there is a beast, and the beast is 2,000 miles wide, representing its reign in years. The beast is all-controlling, all-consuming, and just when you think all hope is lost, the beast consumes itself. And then the 1,000 years of peace comes, everything is renewed, and we join the Star Nations, the greater family of man throughout the multiverse. And that seems to match what is transpiring right now. Obviously there's people that want to control and dominate everyone and everything. And there's people that are, really demanding their freedom and are saying, we need to operate under universal law. So the great reveal, the great awakening, it's in full swing right now. And if this is all too complicated, just be kind and loving and in service to others. It's really that simple. You don't need to understand all this. I want to leave you with some footage, of some light beams and ships landing, Bigfoot guarding the perimeter at ECETI. The incredible evidence being produced on a monumental scale shows clearly, despite the morally and integrity challenged spreaders of meritless gossip and rumors by those compromised in the UFO, UAP, spiritual, now even the dolphin and whale communities, to deflect from their own misdeeds, competition, and jealousy, contact is ongoing at ECETI. And so we're doing something right. And not just more, self-aggrandizing, unfounded stories from the past told by posers, shills, and the delusional, including planned opposition. Most lacking any evidence, replete throughout the UFO UAP community. The 80-year plus fail called disclosure, living in the past, ignoring what is happening now and is ongoing. Why are they totally censoring 40 years of ongoing contact at ECETI? Why are they afraid of addressing the spiritually and technologically advanced off-worlders, inner-earth, and interdimensional beings? Is it because their global elite, eugenist, satanic, Luciferian handlers and sponsors are threatened by them? Of course they are. This is exactly why we don't have contact with highly advanced cultures who have transcended war, disease, poverty, have fuelless energy, anti-counter-gravity, miraculous healing technologies with the ability to clean up the planet in poverty and increase food production exponentially, without deadly chemicals. They can do it with frequencies and energies, including pest control. Why would anybody be against this and participate in the censorship, spread meritless gossip and rumors, choose personal fame and fortune over the needs of the many? Is it their character they're establishing? It's certainly not ours. It's like one finger forward, three back, folks. But anyway, maybe it's time they're, while they're starting out on stage, telling everybody how wonderful and enlightened they are, to ask them. Ask them where their money comes from. Was it tied to dark money, the Rockefellers, the satanic Luciferian money that took over the industry? Was it ill-gotten gain through deception? There's a lot of con artists out there that are not what they profess to be. The universe knows, and the universe always finds balance. And why would any self-respecting, spiritually and technologically advanced civilization contact these people or go through these organizations? Who has risen to the occasion? Is there a high frequency place where people that have risen to the occasion with a track record of service to the awakening and healing of humanity and the earth, people with open minds, loving hearts, and pure intent? ECETI fits that category. It has for over 40 years. That's why it is the most feared, you might say, by the let's say the morally and integrity challenged. So now you know why it's attacked, censored, and avoided like the plague, again, by the morally and integrity challenged, whose karma is soon coming to roost. And they're now being exposed as to their self-serving agendas. Meanwhile, we're just sitting here with fleets of ships and ongoing contact, interfacing with the beautiful many ascended masters, saints, and sages, the benevolent, spiritually and technologically advanced off-worlders and inner-earth beings creating heaven on earth. Absent from the drama, the self-serving competition, jealousy, and the controlled narrative. Folks, if you want heaven on earth, you've got to create a space for it. And that space has not been created. And that is why disclosure is a total fail right now. The only thing that is being disclosed are the negative ETs and those that work with them and things like that. They're still trying to prove UFOs are real. And this is just a big distraction. And we got to get behind that. So we need to keep an open mind, loving heart, pure intent, be kind to others, be kind to the planet, and be of service to humanity and the earth. And that's the way out. There's a dark force and a light force. And we all got to get clear, who do we serve and what percentage of us is serving the light force and the dark force? And then, if we're brutally honest with ourselves, then we can make a change, and a change for the better. Anyway, signing off on that note, have a great evening. Good night.
It kind of had its own luminescence, and it's circular in shape, and it kind of had this bobbing motion as it was going, and it looked organic to me at first, like someone had perfectly spotlit like a balloon or something. You could see it. I was fearful that the people who were filming thought that the light might have been me in the field, and so if you see the footage, I was behind it and towards, the incoming road by at least 200
people
feet.
Walking back, they're looking at it, I think.
Are these people from here?
Yeah, they turned and they were looking at it. And it was low in the trees. There was a light moving underneath that tree.
I'm Graydon. I'm here at ECETI. Last night, probably around 10:30, I saw a orange orb appear about halfway down the tree line. And then it started to move, and it dropped down to about eye level. And it hovered around there.
You can see there's another orange light sitting there.
Hovered around there.
You can see two orange lights. It's either like bright eye shine or beings. Yeah, they tie together.
Last night was pretty crazy too.
Yeah, I want to stay out here again tonight.
There.
Yeah! Oh, yeah!
Whoa! Right there and right there.
Wow, the top's gonna go. Watch. Oh no. Yeah, we did, yeah.
I think they like it when you check them on.
Here we go. The bottom one's gonna go, I think. Is it? Come on.
Go on.
Hey, Speedy, you're on camera. You want to power up? We're gonna do it now. Oh, no, not in the tree. Don't power up in the tree. Come on. Wait till you come out the inside, then power up. Right there. Whoa, thank you. Thank you, nice.
Oh, come on. Come on. Powered up. It is getting brighter. It's kind of... Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, there it goes. There it is. There's the power up. Whoa! Got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I like the home shoot.
Yeah, it's picking up speed now.
Oh, look at that power up! Yeah! Whoa, that is massive, man!
Nice!
Yeah! Whoa!
Yeah! You're beautiful! Sending it! Oh, so much gratitude!
I got it. Oh! Yeah! Power up! That was nice. Did 2 power-ups for us. I got it too. I got it.
10-10? You said 10-10. That's 10-10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 10-10.
There you go. 10-10. Another power-up. Here's another power-up going north.
Where?
That's epic.
Oh, he's getting brighter again. Oh my god, he's getting visual!
Yay!
Woohoo! You're amazing!
Just show you this. Here, okay, here's the highway. One there, one there. One here. One here. Right over Washington State. ECETI Ranch, flying right overhead. One ship after another after another. They're freaking everywhere. We have all the evidence. We know who's on the ships, why they're here, their intentions, and their history. So come see us and stop playing stupid. Here's 3 in 1 frame. If I can get 4. Hey, I got 4. This thing's massive.
right over the house. About a flash. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, he is. He's powering up. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Whoa. Whoa, that was an incredible one. That was a nice, I got it all on film. I got that one on film. That was a white out your screen moment.
I saw some flashes over there, but it was in the field. There's flashes in the field. Hey, does anyone else see that? Oh, I saw some flashes over there, but it was in the field. There's flashes in the field. Hey, does anyone else see that?
Okay, here's the plane. Here's the plane. Here's the ship coming underneath him. Yeah, this one just came out of nowhere.
Is that going past Vega, bro?
Yeah. Did you see all the colors on it?
Yeah, it's a decent size, man.
Yeah, it's a good sized ship. Above the trees, there's a little there's a whole bunch of ships going. Just right at treetop level. The highway. They just opened the highway. We should put a toll booth up there. Oh, I got that. Did you see that?
No.
A meteor came down.
No.
You see it?
Yeah.
It's awesome. They're just much brighter and much bigger.
I got one coming out. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh, look at this. All three. Three of them all together. Are you getting that, Peter? 4. There's another one down below.
There's like a triangle?
Yeah, they all popped in right at the same time and kind of powered up.
Oh my god.
I got all 3 of them. There's a whole bunch of them behind it. Oh, look down lower. Peter, look down lower. It's a huge one.
Oh my god.
Huge power up down low.
Look at that. Over the house.
Oh, there's a whole string. There's a whole string over the house of ships. Yeah, the door's opening, Peter. That's right where the door is. There's a whole bunch of ships up there above the plane. The plane's in the trees right now. And there's a whole bunch of ships right above the trees. They're right, oh look, they're going every direction. They're like crisscrossing right now.
He's got the popcorn, he's lighting off the fireworks, he's enjoying the show.
Oh, hey, Peter, the cave. The cave's going off. I got it.
So bright. Oh my god.
Oh, look at that. Boom, there it goes. There's the door. There's the door, undeniable. Look at that. Oh man, that is massive.
Oh, look at the 2 around the cross section.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, man.
I got them.
Oh,
I got them both.
around each other.
Yeah, man.
We got a power up?
Yeah, did you see the flash off that?
Yeah.
Oh, there's 2. There's 2 right on top of each other.
Was that the one that flashed?
Yeah. And there's another one behind it.
Oh,
there's 3 of them there, James.
There's 3. I got all 3, Peter.
Awesome.
I didn't get the flash though, did
The flashy, bro.
Oh, nice.
No, I missed the flash. I decided to record it.
That was massive, that flash.
Oh, let's do it.
Come on, you can do it.
Do it.
You can do it one more time.
Yeah.
This is Speedy Gonzalez up there. Hey. Hey, slow down. There's children down here. The highway's up, man. They're coming in every direction right now.
Oh, I just saw a little blink over in same area.
James, did you see that?
I got it. All these guys are gonna crash up there. Look at that. These two just crisscross. They just miss each other. It's powering up right above us.
Oh, there's two.
Yes, yeah, right there. That one got bright.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, it flashed. It flashed back. Nice. Oh, now a third one is in the middle. It has a little one in the middle. Come on, flash it again. Come on, flash it. Oh, oh, there it goes. This one might, oh yeah. So I was just gonna say, this one might flash again. It's really active.
It's booking. Oh my God.
Nice. Thank you.
Oh my God.
This one's putting off a field out of both sides of it. It's like a plasma. Hey, it's coming out this side. That's huge. It's on the highway. It's got a bunch of little speeders behind it coming up on it. Oh, it's got some above it. They're all around it. It's got ships all around it. Maybe that's the mothership.
Oh, there's one right there, you guys.
Yeah, it's back again, man. It's staying alive.
You guys see that one?
There's two up there.
Yeah, there's another one down lower, is it?
Yeah, there's a huge one down low and another one above it. They're coming out right now. They're coming out right now. You can see them right now. There's three there right now.
There's one in the zenith directly above us.
Oh yeah, there's one up here. Yeah.
Oh, look at that one behind the trees. Holy crap.
Look at that. It's down behind the trees.
Okay, over here, yeah.
That's
between the trees.
That's huge.
It's coming through.
That's powering up, isn't it?
Let's go.
Yeah, there's something on that hill.
Yeah, thank you. Power up. I love you. Power up again. Yeah. You're beautiful. Sending it. Oh, so much gratitude. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I was waiting for you. You gave me a beautiful power up twice. Absolutely majestic. Let's go. Let's phase it out.
You guys filming?
Yeah, I've got it, bro.
I don't think that's not the That's not the space station.
No, space station should be a lot bigger than that.
No, this one's pink.
Let me look. My phone's not working. Let me see if I can pull it up.
This one's the wrong color, I think.
Oh, power it up.
It is. It's getting really bright.
Yeah, I didn't see
Okay.
Are you looking it up?
Nice.
It would say ISS.
It usually detects the major.
Okay.
Yeah. Look how low that is too.
Let me see. I have.
It's pink. It's pinkish, whatever.
No.
It's probably a Palladian ship. They kind of look that color. Or an Arcturian one.
Yeah. And look at that one right above us right now. It's right above you, James.
Yeah.
It's going towards Lear, is
that
it?
one just popped up.
Okay, let's get this guy too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, this has that same color. These are the same color.
They're all over the place. So cool.
Whoa, yeah, look at that. It's powering up. I can't get my phone to work, so.
This one right here is bobbing all over the place too.
This is the wrong color. This has got the pinkish red all over it. The space station is just gold. Or white, you know, bluish white. Depending on how much sun's coming off of it. Just, if you look at what time it is right now, you could just type in Trout Lake. I got it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, power up. Woo. That was nice. Did 2 power-ups for us. I got it too. I got it.
10-10. You said 10-10. That's 10-10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 10-10.
There you go. 10-10. Another power-up. Here's another power-up going north. Dimming down. It totally powered up and then it's dimming down now. I got it.
But it tells you what you're seeing. Lane stroke.
This one might power up.
Trying to bring it to basic.
Hey, fired up. Damn, I wish I had my laser. I could point them out.
Come join us and start your free trial today. Watch our weekly podcast, As You Wish Talk Radio, with James Gilliland every Saturday, or catch up on past shows. Watch Skywatch videos of UFOs, orbs, and much more. You can also learn about self-mastering, herbalism, and how to ground and shield yourself from negative unseen influences through our many wonderful workshops. So what are you waiting for? Come join the fun. We're waiting for you. And don't forget to visit our wonderful merch store and show your support today.